Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in with another episode of Talks with Tony. Now, I had one up last night, but I had on my page, I had 3 videos that still showed like they were processing. So to me, it looked like they're processing and that they're gonna upload a second time. So when I hit delete to the ones that look like they're processing, it actually deleted the ones that was already published. So lost a few videos last night. When I shoot these videos on my phone, they're so long, sometimes 30 minutes to an hour, that I have to delete it from my phone so I don't have the videos any longer. So y'all just forgive me if you see a video up and then it disappear. It got lost in the shuffle, meaning I hit delete on the processing and it deleted the actual one, or something else happened to it. So forgive me on that. Now we got us a letter. I have not read this letter. It was one before this that was real short, so I was able to read it. The ones that's real short, I really can't do anything with them because it's not enough detail. So I kind of just be talking in circles. So this one looked like it has a little bit more detail, so we'll try to see. Hi, Tony. I'm 22. I've been with the father of my child for 2 years and 6 months. He's 25. We met on Facebook. We started hanging out. I noticed red flags in the beginning, liking girls' pictures and secretive. I ended up pregnant 6 months in the relationship. I helped him get a better job, found out he was cheating with a coworker. He started getting mentally and physically while I was pregnant, still cheating. I was miserable and depressed. I ended up getting meaning the taking care of, to the clinic. We broke up and ended up getting back together. He took me on a trip for my birthday. He was super disrespectful, calling me the B word, etc. We broke up again. We got back together. I ended up getting pregnant again. I decided to keep her, honestly guilty from having while pregnant again. Now hold on. Now y'all listen. Now the young lady, she was in a rush, and she did not put a single period in here. I also do not know if I've already read this before, because it's sounding similar to one I've read before, but it could be a different one, so I don't know. But some of these sound similar, so y'all forgive me. Because when I read these, I kind of just read it in the moment, and when I'm done, I let it go. So I may or may not remember it if I see it a second time. So y'all understand that now. We broke up and ended up getting back together. He took me on a trip for my birthday. He was super disrespectful, calling me the B word, etc. We broke up again. We got back together. I ended up getting pregnant again. I decided to keep her, honestly, from having while pregnant, honestly guilty from having but so what happened, there's no period. So I said from having while pregnant, but she meant to put a period right there. While pregnant again, I worked up until 1.5 months before my due date. I found out he was cheating again. We got a car together with mostly my money. He crashed his previous car. He got the car I dang near brought in his name and took the car. He threw my things out while I was pregnant. Took my things to my brother's house while pregnant. Had the female calling my phone while pregnant. Started getting mentally while pregnant. He smokes weed and got on pills and lean. I had our first baby. He stopped cheating. He was after my delivery. I still couldn't trust him. I don't have my mom. Deceased when I was 18, or dad. He just don't care about me. I felt I had nowhere to go, so I tried to make it work. But it wasn't working. I moved in with my older brother, me and my baby, for 3 months. He was trying to make it work. I found out about a new girl. It was getting toxic. The girl made a fake page and exposed all my business he had told her. He denies it till this day. So I had my family to step in with pickups and drop-offs. He stopped the pills and lean, said it was the drugs that caused him to do the things he did. He started taking me on dates, giving me his PC, trying to work things out. His PC. She got PC in capital letters. I don't know if that means his computer or paycheck. Oh, maybe that's pay. Maybe PC is paycheck. Maybe PC is paycheck. Cause that makes sense. Context clues sound like that go right there. Cause I'm like, he give you his computer. Maybe I was thinking maybe giving him the PC, meaning the computer, so that he can't watch no Anthony movie, or so that she can have his passwords. But I think PC mean paycheck right here. Taking me on dates, gave me his PC, trying to work things out. He moved into a house, which I told him I didn't want to move in. He brought a moving truck to my brother's house and begged me to move in with him. We are back together, so I'm here 2 months in, and I hate it. I often ask myself, why didn't you leave a long time ago? I'm not happy. I want to find myself, but scared to let go, thinking what's going to happen next. Who he's going to end up with. Will I struggle? Fear of loneliness. I don't want to end up bitter because of my choice. I'm currently with low self-esteem because of the body changes after my baby, and the cheating definitely didn't help. Can I please get tips on building strength to walk away? I feel foolish. I know I am foolish. She put that in all caps. I feel foolish. I know I am foolish. In all caps. I came across your videos during the 3-month breakup, which was the longest we broken up. I didn't know anything about standards or a man's character. I lost my mom and started looking for love in the wrong places. I forgot to love myself. I also enrolled in school while at my brother's house and purchased a car. That's the end of it. Let me write her back, tell her letter will be up today. Do I need to type that again? I don't know if y'all heard just the speed that I had typed that with, so I'm about to type it again. But let me see. Man, wow. You know what? Let's pause. Okay, let's pause. All right. But all right, go back to the comment section and delete your comment. Go back and delete your comment. I already know, you ripping her a new one and bought this here letter. Now maybe she was doing talk to text because she got a period in the beginning and a period at the end. But the rest ain't had no period, but I was able to get through it, and I hope you was able to keep up with me. And the whole email is written in the subject line. Now, she got sent from Yahoo Mail for iPhone. She got an iPhone. Lord doing something in her life. And she just purchased a car and enrolled in school. So, sister, you move fast now. And you purchased a car with all your money that was pretty much in his name, like you said. Okay, you got your picture here on your email address. Okay, so I could see him. Look at him with a good eye. Okay, so I can see you here. I get a good little read on you. Now, see, if y'all wonder why when I be looking at people how I read them, the reason how I read people is because I grew up very quiet, very shy. And I'm still today quiet and shy. I do this because this is my purpose. I do this because I have to do this. And just because I know that as a man, it's not a lot of men who living what they're teaching. It's not a lot of men who faithful to their wife and sharing what they've learned from their mistakes. So I do this because this is what I feel called to do. Do I want to do this? No. I would much rather do something that's more sexy in business And one day I just may, if the Lord give me a release to say, look, you've done what you can do, right on into the sunset with your tech projects. I got this one, I got another one almost done, another tech project. So I'm really excited about my other projects. But with this love and relationship coaching, the fact that I got 1,917 more emails, you just let me know I gotta be here. Because if I wouldn't have 1,900 more emails if didn't nobody feel like they needed an outside voice. And so understand that some people just came and some people will call, and I'm on the latter end of that. And it is not, you can ask my wife, she'll tell you it's been a many days I tried to retire from this and tried to go just do business seminars and just talk about business. But the thing is, like with this young lady, she lost her mom, she lost her dad. So I might be the only person she got. And then you have so many idiots online that think that every black man every man who give relationship advice from the wisdom that God has given us, think that all us is narcissists, all us cheating on our wife, all us fake. And that just goes to speak to how sad the world is, that people can't even believe in anything good. That people can't even believe that a black man could be online sharing tips and wisdom from God and don't believe that I could be living it. Don't believe that I'm faithful to my wife. Don't believe that I'm passionate about what I'm doing. It's crazy that the devil that busy, but that's what it is. So to this here young lady here, I'm gonna talk to you. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you, not to nobody watching the video. This is what you gotta understand. For one, you have to understand that each of us are here for a reason. So you have to realize that if you came into this world and you live past beyond the age of you not understanding the world and what you were here doing. So what that means, if you live past the age of 5, so to speak, even if the Lord called you home at 6, it was somebody's life that you were here to touch. Even if it was before 6, it could be a baby who was here a day, a baby who was here 4 days, and that baby could have been here to touch somebody's life. Now, when you're here at 22, you're here for a reason. You're here for a divine purpose. And what you have to realize is that you have, for one, you look like a woman of color. And color could be anything. You can't really tell. I can't say African American. I can't, because it's Dominicans, that's your skin color. It's Cubans, your skin color. It's people that's mixed, different races, your skin color. So, and she bought my colors, for those of y'all wondering. But when you look at this, it's women who look like you, women who don't look like you, but who will look up to you, that haven't gone through all that you've gone through. And they may be getting ready to go through what you've gone through. And so what you have to realize is when you make it through all types of ill, and the reason why I don't say the word is because some stuff get struck on here. But when you make it through all of that, verbally, mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, financially, when you make it through that, it's not in vain. It's for you to come out on the other end of it, on the other side of it, and then to reach back and help somebody else who doesn't have your strength. Because what you have to realize, you are extremely strong. You're extremely strong. That's why you keep going back, subjecting yourself to more of this. And I know that sounds crazy how I could say, oh, you're strong. But the fact that you're enduring this speaks to your strength. Now, what you lack is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You have strength, but you got to get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you first have to understand the knowledge of self, who you are. And you also then have to understand that what self-love means. And self-love means that you set standards for your life. That you say, listen, I want a man that will be faithful to me, that will cherish me, that will appreciate me. I want a man that won't yell at me, that won't curse at me, that won't call me out of my name. I want a man like this. And when you say that, then you're able to say, okay, I want a man like that. And you look at what you have, who's coming in your life, who you dealing with, and you ask yourself, is this person the type of man that I want, the type of man that I need, the type of man that I feel I deserve? If the answer is no, then you have to realize that when you set standards for your life, you have no other choice but to adhere to your standards, to live up to your standards. You have no other choice but to live up to your standards. So understand that. And then when you understand that, now you're able to say, come whatever, I got to move on. I have to move on. You living with your brother, got a job and got a car. I mean, enrolled in school and purchased you a car. Nah, I don't know where you getting this money from now. I don't know where you getting this money from now. Cause the earring look like you might do a little fraud. Now I'm just joking for those of y'all who knew and you don't understand sense of humor. But the earring look like you might do a little fraud. Okay. Cause I just don't know where this money keep coming at for a 22-year-old to be buying all these cars now. Cause I ain't heard nothing here about no job. So, sister, if you're not living right, okay, if you're not living, now you help him get a new job. So you must be able to know how to get a job. But if you ain't living right now and you're in a little fraud, go and get your life all the way right. Get your integrity all the way together. Now, if you living right, and now you enrolled in school, you doing the right thing, congratulations, keep going. Congratulations, keep going. Keep living right, keep doing the right thing, keep doing what you're doing, okay? Don't stop. Now, the next thing what you got to realize, though, is that you have to make a choice. For one, you got to understand who you are. Next, you got to understand what you want. And then you have to understand that you can have what you want, what you need, what you desire. And so what you have to realize about this man is that this man is a grown boy, as you already know. And you said, I feel foolish. I know I'm foolish. No, you ain't foolish. You ain't foolish. You actually got wisdom, but you're not using your wisdom. You actually know exactly what you have. But here's the thing. This is where that fine line where you have, empaths, people who have a heart to nurture and to care. So it's like deep down, you there with him, less for yourself and more for him. Because he's so sorry, he's so pitiful that he'll just end up under the ground without you in his life. So you tell yourself. So you there for him because you get you a little bit out of it. The times when y'all intimate, that's when you feel closeness. That's when you feel loved. And you will give intimacy to feel love. And a man will give love to get some intimacy. Meaning to get you on your back. He'll fake love. And that's what this man is doing. So you have to understand that you're settling for him, but you're settling for the wrong reasons. You're settling because you feel like, well, I done got with him. We done had this child together. Maybe he loved me. You also thinking, I don't want to lose to another woman. Like you said, I'm wondering about who he's going to end up with. Will I struggle? No, you're not going to struggle. If you can live with your brother, get you a job, save money till you get on your feet, that's a path to success. No, you're not going to struggle. Because you got loved ones. You got your brother. He let you live in his house. Your brother wanted to see you do well. Your brother probably shaking his head and kicking himself every night that you living with this man. And this man got a moving truck and sent it to your brother. For one, he dogging you out, disrespecting you, cheating on you, and then he's spitting in your brother's face. When this man don't even care about you and you have a brother, typically when a woman have a brother, a man kind of be a little chill. But this man sending a moving truck to your brother's house and saying, please, please, please come move with me. You know why? Because you have a grown boy. And when you have a grown boy, what I mean by this boy is crying on the inside. He's hurting on the inside. He's lost. He's confused. And he wants to use you as his teddy bear. as his supply. He wants you to be his mama that he can be in an incestual relationship with. He wants you to be his mama, his grandma, his sister, but he want to sleep with you. And he don't want to be with you. He don't want to marry you. He don't want to be in love, romantically in love with you. He want to use you as a teddy bear. He want to use you as a placeholder. He want to use you as a woman of convenience. See, you his 7-Eleven. You his 7-Eleven. But now, if he meet a woman who she look like Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus, he finna go try her on. But then he realized, well, Neiman Marcus ain't got no gas. So now he got to come back to you, the 7-Eleven. Now he realized that you bring stuff to the table that the other women that he getting with don't bring to the table. But what you have to realize is, what is he bringing to your table? A plate of stress, a plate of headache, a plate of worry. So you have to understand that today it's become a norm that people expect when they get with somebody that there is a 50 to 70% chance this person already has a child. So even though you 22, you could be older now, because when you wrote this, you could be 23. But even though you have a child, what you have to realize, the man for you, the next man, the man that's for you, he don't care about that. He want to be a bonus dad. He want to have somebody he could love on that level. The man that's for you. So don't sit there worrying about how you gonna find somebody, because the man you meet may have him a child, and he may have a little toxicity with his baby mama. See or hear about your toxicity with your baby daddy. Now y'all help each other, and y'all strategize and come up with a plan together on how to get over these other toxic baby daddy, baby mama. And that's just how it works when you move on and when you set a standard. When you set a standard, what's for you is going to be for you. What's for you going to be for you. I'm working on a gospel song right now that's going to speak to your spirit. You just stream it all day. Just let it play all day long. But what you have to realize is that in order for you to get what you deserve, meaning in order for you to get a man whose heart is going to match your heart, you got to let this clown go. You got to let this clown go. He blocking all your blessings. And you say you moved in and now you hate it. So what you have to do is, listen, call bruh, I don't want to stay here and try to work and save money until I can move. I want to know, can I come stay with you? I cook every day. I clean your house. I stay out the way. I'll be in my room. I stay out your hair. And I just need probably about 6 months to where I could just save up enough for first and last month's rent and go ahead and get on out, get into my own place. And my job can take care of the rent, take care of my rent. But I just need a little time to get on my feet, get to a place to where it's a new address, to where he don't know where I stay at, because I need to move on about my life. So when he go to work or you go to work, when you got that distance from him, that's when you call your brother or an ally. If your brother done with you, then call a close friend, call a co-worker, God will always have a ram in the bush. Your co-worker will hear your story and say, you could come stay with me. I live alone. You could come stay with me. I got an extra room. Like, don't ever feel stuck, because we serve a big God. We serve a big God. And there's a lot of people think that certain people like me use Christianity or religion to try to bait people or to something. No, this is what I live. You ask anybody I know, or anybody that done met me at a seminar, met me at an event. You ask them, how do I treat them? You ask them, was I arrogant to them? Was I rude to them? Did I cut them off and was short and nasty? You ask them. This is what I live. So when I speak on God, I really mean that. I ain't saying that for no fad, a trend or a fad like other people be saying. When I say fad, that's F-A-D. Okay, F-A-D. I know with my accent, y'all may think I'm saying something else, but I'm saying that mean trend. Okay, it's a synonym with trend or craze. So that ain't how I'm using when I say God. I'm talking about the real deal. I'm talking about cry out to the Lord. Pray. Lord, show me the way. Lord, show me the path. Lord, show me, send somebody into my life to cross paths with. And the Lord gonna give you the wisdom. He gonna tell you something like, don't be afraid to share your story. Don't be afraid to share your story. Because when you talking to your coworker while you trying to mask all your pain, the ram in the bush is sitting right there next to you, but you got to open up and share your story. Don't share like no sob story and just be crying trying to look for sympathy, but share your story. And then you going to meet the person you need if it ain't going to be your brother. But I first would go to your brother. Express this to him. And then move on about your life. And then listen, we all have worries. Worries is a part of life. We all have worries. We all going to worry. But what you have to realize is what you do after you worry. Because it's one thing to worry. It's one thing to worry. But the other thing is, do you work on top of your worry? So when we cast our worries, when we cast our cares, in order to do that, what it means is essentially is you putting one foot in front of the other. See, some people worry and they just lay there and they ball up into a fetal position. They just cry. But no, you still get up and go to work. Get up, go to the gym. Get up, sit down and write your book. Do your 30-minute walk, your hour walk. Still put one foot in front of the other. And now you working through this worry. When I worry, I worry about something. And I could sit there and I could feel like quitting. I could feel like giving up. I could feel like throwing in the towel because of this or that. But I say, no, I got to go anyways. And I put that foot in front of the other foot. And I keep repeating. One foot after the other. Keep going. I got to keep going. Can't worry about the naysayers and the haters and the people that try to lump you in with other people. People that talk bad about you. People that don't even know you and got something to say about you. Ain't met you a day in their life. People that done met you and still don't understand you. One foot in front of the other. What you got to do? Write your book. Start your company. Go to work. Work with your children. Spend time with your kids. What you got to do? One foot in front of the other. And that's all you keep doing. And then what you're going to see, who you need, you're going to cross paths with the people you need. A lot of times I have a prayer on my heart. Don't even say it audibly. I don't even say it out my mouth sometimes, but it's a prayer on my heart. And then the person that I need will hire me for coaching. I will meet my next business partner or my next, or the person that I'm going to become a client of theirs or what have you. A lot of times they'll hire me for coaching. And they may do something that I might need. But they paid for a session. And so it's like, wow, God is allowing me to be paid to operate in my gift, but to meet somebody that I needed to meet, that I would not have otherwise met. But because I'm online, opening my mouth and talking and sharing what the Lord put on my heart instead of sitting in the corner, sulking and upset and being a hermit because of what other people may think or what other people saying. People that don't know me, ain't never met me, and think that they could read me, but really can't read me because they seeing me through their jaded lenses, through their foggy glasses because of the pain in their life. And they putting labels on me because of what they done been through, because of what they done experienced. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at this in your life, people gonna talk about you. People gonna say, oh, she dumb. Oh, she went back to him. Oh, she weak. Oh, she this and that. But they don't know you. They don't know your struggle. They don't know where you going to. They don't know why God allowed you to go through this because they don't know where you going. So instead of you sitting there and you feeling down and depressed and proving everybody to be right, you have to put one foot in front of the other and say, okay, what's my next step? Call my brother. Pray for favor that God soften his heart to let me move in with him. Okay, what's my next step? Tomorrow, when I say I'm going to work, I actually pack my bags after he go to work. I pack my bags and I go to my brother's house. I call in sick for work. If you ain't working, you let him go to work and then you go to work. Then you go to your brother's house. Then you let your brother know, listen, we may need to do a restraining order. I may need you to walk me out or walk me in. I'll be in touch with you so that if he try to intercept me when I'm walking out or walking in, I have you there as a covering, and we got our plan together. What's my next step? Okay, got my plan together. What's my next step? Okay, stay on my job or get a job. What's my next step? See, you got to map it out. Just like you playing chess. You got to look 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead, 15 steps ahead. A grandmaster chess player, 15 steps ahead. So you got to sit down and you got to write it out. And while you sitting and while you writing this out, the path will be illuminated to you. You're going to see it. You're going to say, okay, call my brother. Okay, then you're going to see, okay, this one I can move out. Okay, then you're going to say, okay, this what I could leave behind. Okay, yeah, I ain't going to be able to take everything. I ain't going to be able to set up no moving truck. So I'm going to just leave these here clothes behind. They just clothes. I'll get more clothes. I'm going to leave this, leave that. This is what I need to take. Okay, boom. Now you see that. Now you say, okay, when I get there, okay, this is what I need to do. I'm going to get a transfer from where I'm working at now to our other location. Or I'm going to stay there, but I'm going to change my shift. I'm going to go and I'm going to express to my boss about domestic violence. I'm going to express to them about what I'm going through and ask, can I change my shift? Or ask, can I be transferred over here? Or ask, can I get take a week paid vacation or my 2-week vacation because of what I'm going through? I'm going to express this. Then pray for favor that they go ahead and grant my vacation to give me some time to map out my next plan. So now you putting one thing in front of the other. When you sit down and you get still, you get quiet by yourself. And you start to think through this and you start to get this in your spirit. The pathway, it'll be like the little lights on people's driveway, on people path up to their house, and little lights be on the side of it. It'll look like that right there. You'll see it one step in front of the other. And then you keep going. And then you realize and you gotta say, listen, what's behind me is behind me. What's in front of me is better for me. I'm not losing anything. I'm gaining everything. I'm losing nothing and gaining everything. Because who I'm letting go ain't worthy of having my presence in their life. So you have to remind yourself that if you got to write it down on a piece of paper or a 3x5 card and read it every hour on the hour, do what you have to do. See, listen, don't try to be magical. Just be practical. Just be logical. Just one foot in front of the other. You say, oh, how do I change my mind to love myself? Write out your love creed. Write out your manifesto, whatever you want to call it, and put it in your purse and read it every time you think about it. Read it. Because those words is programming your brain and telling your brain, this is what we got to believe. This is what we got to do. This is where we going. So that's where you have to get to, and you have to understand that. See, when you let this here go, when you let this here sorry, no good, lost and confused man, when you let him go, you're going to do 2 things. One, you're going to change his life. It's going to propel him. You'll be a catalyst in his life by letting him go. But 2, you're going to propel your life. You're going to push your life forward, and then you can attract. Because don't you want to be in love with somebody that love and cherish you? That y'all could be this blended family, and y'all could ride off into the sunset and live love the way you know it's supposed to be loved. You 22 years old. Maybe 23. You finna put up with this for how much longer? And see, the thing about it is, like what I said in the other video that got deleted, is the more you entertain somebody like this, the worse he gonna get. The longer you stay, the worse he gonna get. Because y'all have been through enough for a lifetime. Do you hear me? Listen, he took you on a birthday trip and was super disrespectful, calling me the B word. Do you know I've never cursed at my wife? I have never cursed at my wife in 14 years of marriage. I've never cursed at my wife, so definitely I'm not going to start now. So you have already been through things that a woman who been married 14 years ain't been through. You hear me? And then what you have to go through and all this breakup and all this right there. My wife ain't never been through none of this right here. And I say that to say this 14 years of marriage. When you would think that all of this stuff done already happened in 14 years of marriage, listen, y'all been together 2 years and 6 months. And you done been through what You done been through more than what some women go through in a lifetime. What you done been through, now because it has not happened in my life, in my wife's life, she'll never have to go through this. And that's what you need to realize about miles. See, you can have a 2020 with 100,000 miles on it. What you got a 2019, you got a 2018. You can have a 2018. You can have a 2018 with 150,000 miles on it. Or you could have a 2015. A 2015 now with 60,000 miles on it. Which one in better condition? The one with 60,000 miles or the one with 150,000? Which one that cost you the most? The one with 150,000. Because you had to have more maintenance, more checkup, more routine maintenance, more service done, more tires, all this, transmission, all this, it done cost you so much in half the amount of time. See, you 22, but you got so many miles on you that this man done put on you in 2.5 years. This man done put more miles on you. You hear me? Than a Chevy Silverado. This man done put more miles on you in a 2.5 years, in a F-150, just than a 18-wheeler driving around the country. This man done put more miles on you than that. This man here, you got to let him go because he's not serving you. Meaning he's not helping you. He's not benefiting you. He's not growing you. He's worsening your life. And he's a bad example for your child. And by you letting him go, see, sometimes you have to let a person go so they can grow. You also got to let a person go so you can grow because you need growth too. He ain't the only one need growth. You need growth. But see, understanding who you are and what you deserve, that's determined by you. Write out your dream. Write out your dream, or you might even call it a fantasy. Write it out and read it to yourself over and over and over. Read it to yourself over and over and over. Because see, the way the mind works, a lot of people don't realize how the mind works. And some people think, they're sacrilegious or something like that. No. The Bible tells you, such as a man thinketh, so he is. The Bible say that. So some people go to calling stuff manifest and all of that. All that is semantics. Meaning you arguing the meaning of a word. But you got to get to the root of it, the spirit of it. And stop worrying about what is it called? Progressive Christianity? Is it called prosperity gospel? Is it called this or that? No, it's called what the Holy Bible say. Okay? That's what it's called. It's called what the Holy Bible say. Such as a man thinketh, so he is. So you have to say this to yourself. The Bible tells you, God said he'll give you the desires of your heart. So what this means is you're not going to be, desires of your heart don't mean Lamborghini. It don't mean Lamborghini. It don't mean material wealth and all of those things. Desire of your heart is peace. Desire your heart is peace in the midst of a storm. See, you got to really get down with it and get down to it. And you got to break it down. You have to tell yourself that you a queen. He called you a bee, the B word. You got to tell yourself that you a queen, meaning that you are worthy, meaning that you have been called and set apart by God, that you have been placed in high esteem by your Father in heaven. And you have to know that. And anybody that don't want to see you as royalty, meaning as the daughter of the king. Royalty don't mean riches. Because you could be in a third world country with no shoes on, kicking dirt, with no clothes on other than what you make by hand, and still be royalty. See, a lot of people think that prosperity gospel mean money. No, prosperity mean you got peace from God with whatever situation you may be in. If you really know God, if you really talking to him, if you really believing on him, that you will be granted peace, and the mouth of the lions will be shut. That you could be in the lion's den and their mouth will be shut. That in the midst of a place where anybody else would be terrified, petrified, like the song say, you will have peace. So that's what you have to understand, that when you walk by faith, everything is illuminated before you. And that you probably can't see every corner of the vision that's in your head. Some corners, some aspects of it will be blurry. But that's why you got to take a step. You ever see something in the distance and you can't really make it out? If you stay right there, you'll never be able to make it out. It's there. But when you take a step, and then a step, and then a step, the closer you get, the more clear it becomes. And you say, oh, it's a rest area, 1 mile. So it's you've come this far. You got one mile more, and you're going to receive rest. You see what I'm saying? On the road to destiny. You have to understand that nothing changes unless you change. Meaning, unless you start telling yourself something different, and then you start to believe that there is better, and then you do the work, meaning you take the step. Call your brother. Make your plan on when you're going to leave, and then get ready to go. And then go on about your business. Hey, I got to get ready to go because my mother-in-law made me some oxtail and dumpling. And for my birthday, it's an opportunity to cook it today. Early this morning, I had some saltfish. And saltfish and some ackee and some callaloo and some boiled dumpling. My Jamaicans know what I'm talking about. I'm American now, but my wife Jamaican. And so I just heard my wife come in that door with my oxtail, and I got to get ready to go. But what I want you to do is listen back to this. Listen back to this, because I could keep talking, but I'll just be saying the same thing over and over and over. Listen back to this, okay? And be very practical. Write yourself a letter. If you got to write yourself a letter every day, write yourself a letter every day and read it to yourself. This your manifesto. This you declaring and decreeing your life and what you want from it. And see, I forgot to tell y'all how the mind works. The way the mind works is anything you tell it, it accepts it as truth, and it starts to create a pathway to it. Every day I tell myself I'm a billionaire. So when I tell myself a billionaire, my mind goes into overdrive and it starts to work. And it starts to give me ideas that's coincide with my skill set. Like my mentor.life. Now that ain't gonna be worth $1 billion, but it's a step on the journey. And then I have another idea. Then I have another idea. Then I have another idea. And what my mind is doing is saying, hey, you said you're a billionaire. Billion mean money. Money is currency. So we running these brain waves and we sending you some currents of some ideas that you could create in your area, in your world, in your industry that could generate money. And you say, now, why you say you're a billionaire? The mind ain't even asking all them questions. But the reason why I say that is because people listen to you 1 or 2 times when you turn 100 or when you become a billionaire. And tomorrow ain't promised, so I don't know if the Lord gonna give me 100 years. So that's why I say, Lord, if I get $1 billion, then I got everybody ill. The rest of the billionaires is not saying Jesus Christ. The rest of the billionaires not preaching and promoting the importance of how a husband treats his wife. So I need to normalize something else. So I got to speak that. I don't know without a shadow of a doubt that it'll happen, but that's how I believe. That's how I believe as if I know it's going to happen. Calling those things that be not as though they were. Y'all know how the scripture go. And so that's what I'm speaking. And that's what I'm believing. Now see, other people, they'll call it whatever they want to call it. They'll put a name to it. No, I call it operating in the Spirit of God and connecting with what's for me, what God has for me. So you have to know what's for you. And you got to know that if he told you it's for you, he gave you the means to get it. If he told you to build it, you got the tools in your belt. But you just got to get centered. You got to get there. And you got to realize, and you got to speak life over yourself. You got to speak to your situation. Don't let your situation speak to you. Jesus ain't get on the boat and let the storm speak to him. Jesus got on the boat and said, peace, be still. Speak to your situation. Speak to your situation. And see, the people who don't believe that you could change your life, that you could change as a person, that you could grow as a person, those people stay the same. Those people stay the same. Would you believe that I was a drug dealer? That I was a womanizer? Before my wife. A lot of people get my story mixed up. And be like, oh, Tony said he used to cheat on my wife. I ain't never told you that. I said I was a womanizer before my wife. My wife ain't never had to deal with no affair. To where we sitting there and this woman calling her and talking to her and yeah, I've been with your husband for 3 months, 6 months, 5 years. My wife ain't never had to do that. My wife ain't never got no text message from another woman talking about I've been with your man for 6 months, a year, 3 months, any amount of anything. So for y'all who be mishearing me, hear me right. And the first reason my wife left me was 2 months into our dating relationship. Okay? The next time she left me was 2 months into our marriage relationship. Neither time did it have to do anything with another woman. Had to do with me going back to the streets. You hear me? Let me just clear that up. Just while we on that. But what I need you to understand is people can change. I believe I was a thief. I was a drug dealer. I was toxic, controlling, abusive, womanizer. Worse as I could be. I met my wife at 21. At 21, I started to change my life. It took me till about 25 to get it all the way together, renew my mind. And then I turned over that new leaf, and I've been going ever since. I'm 37 today. So from 25 to 37, I've been on the up and up. Doing good, getting better every day, every step of the way. And the reason why is because I believe that change is possible. I believe that there's better in every aspect of life. Me and my wife was on food stamps at one point. We was on food stamps at one point in our life. We were living in the hood at one point of our life. But I believed that there was better. And I told myself that there was better. And I started to dream and think and plot and plan. And then I took action. And guess what? Now our life is better. I saw a way that I could live my purpose full time. And then I took action. And it came to fruition. So I'm here to tell you, this is not your ending point. This ain't your ending point. This is your mess, but this gonna birth your message. You hear me? This your test, but this gonna birth your testimony. You hear me? This your pain, but this will become your praise. So you have to understand, this your story, but God will use it for his glory. That's what you have to understand. And when you understand that, then you know you can't stay here no longer because you have hit the pause button on the movie of your life. And everybody that's watching, they getting ready to get up and walk out the theater because your story done froze in here with this man who was only meant for a reason and a season, not a lifetime. This ain't no lifetime person. So you have to know that, and you got to get up, brush yourself off, and go on about your business and never look back. And the only way he could catch up to you is he got to do the work, and he got to make the move to catch up to you. And if he don't do what he got to do, then you will be gone, and he'll never see you again. God bless him. We praying for him. And sister, I'm praying for you. Get up, brush yourself off, and go on. Go on about your business. Go on with your life. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon.